Clash Royale.
Welcome back, everybody, to SPL here. It's Afreeca up against SKT. And I hope you like Pinocchio, because that was a long segment of CJ and this Pinocchio.
That's
we got
right.
a little bit of a dance in there.
But going back on top, because CJ is already eliminated from this tournament, soO versus Symbol will be the next match, and it could be the final match here. But if Symbol and Bomber can win back-to-back, we'll go to that ace match on repeat Overgrowth. I feel like Bomber absolutely could beat Dream in a TBT. Dream lost to TBT actually to get knocked out of the GSL, but Symbol, like, when I look at Zone, I voted for him, right? Because I know SKT has a reason to send him out. They sent him out this map specifically. I feel like he's got a great build plan. I can get behind that. But Symbol, you know, I can't. I mean, not that he can't take this like a 0% chance, but you really have to favor soO, who also hasn't been playing as many games, but ZVZ, many would consider to be his best matchup.
Symbol has played one game in all of this. It's the same as Zone, but at the same time, can you still give Afreeca and Symbol the benefit of the doubt that you were saying about Zone, where it's like, no, they have a deep roster and he's a fantastic player, he just doesn't see other play because there are better players. I think this is because Afreeca's lineup is not as deep as SKT, and they're forced to send him out here when perhaps he won't be ready. You see it reflects it here. Everybody voting for soO.
Yep. soO, he's only lost ZVZs this season of Pro League specifically, so, you know, who knows, maybe he makes a mistake here, but I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt, especially because of his style on New Gettysburg.
Let's see how angry he gets here up against Symbol on New Gettysburg for the CVC. Down here on the bottom left in the orange for SK Telecom T1, it is soO.
And his opponent to the bottom right, it's been a long time since we've seen him, it is Symbol. Symbol, one of the original TSL Zergs, and was actually the ace player for TSL for a time. A long, long time ago. If you even know what the team TSL, you've probably been watching for a long, long time. We've seen Dark succeed on this map. A lot of roach pushes, timing attacks in ZVZ. And I always say when those games happen that you can see the influence of soO in his timing attacks, because soO is most known for timing attacks in this matchup. And this map is really good for that. And we're going to see this drone block here. He scouted it with his Overlord, so he sent 2 drones down already.
And I like that soO goes for it as he goes for the hatch first. He just wants to be as safe as possible. You know, he knows that he is the favored player up against Symbol, so as long as he doesn't die to anything crazy early on, he should be in a decent spot going into the mid and late game. And the last time, I think the last time at least that we saw soO was on this map actually against a Protoss. I don't remember who exactly that was, but he didn't have the cleanest game. Let's see if he can play a clean one here against Symbol.
Was that in the SSL group where he played against Hush or something like that? It was a long time ago.
Not 100% sure. I thought it was a best of one. I think it was a best of one.
Okay, well, either way, he's going to go for a greedy double hatch build here with even gas coming up because he already scouted. This is such a cool build with a drone that comes across because not only does it block the hatch with this short rush distance, but you immediately find out whether or not Symbol is doing something that would prevent you from taking a greedy build like this. So he kind of gets away with everything while also delaying a hatch. And because Symbol does not drone scout, he's not going to have any idea about how greedy soO has been until this Overlord gets here. And even once the Overlord gets here, he's not going to know about the third base, and he's not going to know about the gas timing. So it's going to be a long time. So right now, soO is, you know, except for not having Zergling speed this quickly, massively ahead. And he's going to have a lot of larva coming up here. So, you know, that's the key. I mean, the 3-base saturation is not as important yet. It's really just about all the larva you're going to get. You can eventually take that third base saturation.
Look at this. Symbol, I think he sees blood in the water. and he is going to go for a Baneling Nest and lots of lings. That one Overlord actually did scout it from soO. So we do see soO making a bunch of lings of his own. Let's see if he makes that safe Baneling Nest. I feel like that would be a great idea right now, especially when you're going up against a player like Symbol and you have to defend 3 bases.
He's being kind of greedy. He does have a lot of larvae, so every drone he makes is it's money lost, but it's not necessarily larva lost because he's about to have 3 queens injecting all of these hatcheries. Symbol is going to go for this ling Baneling morph. It looks like to the top of the map. He's going to keep that hidden. Ooh. And a Roachborn comes out for soO. He's really going to play this pretty greedy. You know, he's not going for the safe Baneling Nest you were talking about. He's not getting spines even. He just thinks he's very comfortable to hold off with what he has for now and then get roaches out to not only hold but then crush. Well, he sees this many lings. I mean, I feel like the Baneling Nest was the better choice.
Yeah, well, definitely, and now he's going to have to somehow hold this off. I think he might have to give up that 3rd base here, but Symbol, it looks like he wants to go for the throat. He's coming right across the bridge.
Yep, the lings here for soO don't have speed yet, but they can still fight just as well as ones without him. Oh, the drones come over here at the worst possible time. He gets us around on these queens. No transfuse energy yet. It looks like all 3 queens will fall basically instantly here. Roach is on the way for soO. He does have that extra larva at his 3rd base, but will he survive here? It's going to be tough.
It might just be too much momentum here from Symbol. He comes in. Now the drone's fighting here all alone.
Oh, that nice hit. I think it's going to seal the deal. There's just, I mean, 2 roaches is not enough. And that is going to be it. The upset win here for Symbol on New Gettysburg.
Looks like it. Just way too much damage coming in here. soO gonna try to rely on 2 roaches here to hold off a ton of lings that are scrambling around his base. He's losing the last of his mining. GG! Symbol, he does it.
He takes the win, and soO just with greed to the utmost level there. No Baneling Nest on the defense with such a greedy build after, you know, you said he scouted that Baneling Nest. If he scouts that, I mean, it's a pretty easy call, I would say, you know?
No, he scouted some of the lings going to the top of the map.
Oh, okay, I thought you said he scouted the Baneling Nest.
Yeah, but I mean, even just 4 going at that kind of angle, you know, instead of going over the bridge, it just looks kind of funky.
So, you know, if he doesn't scout the Baneling Nest and he doesn't know about that, I still feel like when you're going for this greedy of a build, it's the right choice to make one because it costs so little. The Baneling Nest, it's like 50-50, you know?
In terms of what you can save as well, if you just make a couple of safe Banelings, even just blind, you know?
Yeah.
I think if he had his Overlord in a better position near the mineral line and saw just how few drones Symbol was making, he might have gotten a better idea, like a sense of what was going on maybe 30 seconds earlier, and that might have gave him a bit of a better chance to stick in that game, even though it still probably would have been hard.
Well, I mean, the dream is alive here now for the Afreeca Freaks with soO defeated. If Bomber can win this TBT, then we go to the ace match. And then they can bring Curious out again on Overgrowth. I don't think it'll be Classic who goes to meet him once more, but we'll see. It's totally possible here. And this is a big upset. Symbol impressing the fans again tonight. He still has a lot of fans back from the old days when he was really in form. And Dream, can he close it out here? It all really will come down to this game because if it goes to an ace match, it's anyone's game to take. Dream has the advantage, but so did soO, most would argue. Yeah. And we'll see if Dream could do what soO could not in yet another back-to-back mirror match here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game because, you know, Dream, you said, having a little bit of trouble, but also it's on Frost. And Bomber, you know, when he comes out, he hasn't been the most consistent pro gamer as well in recent times, but he is the oldest player on the team, has a ton of experience. He's traveled around the world.